Happy St. Patty's Day. Happy Tuesday. Are we live? I think we're live. Can you guys see and hear me? Can everyone see and hear me? Good morning, everybody. What's up, Galaxy? Good morning. Blackened, good morning. Big Nug, good to see you. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Blackened. Jack Ashes, good morning. Good to see you, everybody. Riz. Sorry if I'm missing anybody already. Craft Organics, good morning. MK, good morning. I gotta put all chat on too. I think I'm missing some stuff. Mia, good morning. Good to see everybody. Neil, Les. Where's our spring countdown, Les? What's up, everybody? So, green tea. Yeah, everyone got their green on. Good morning, Crow. Good to see you. Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. If you celebrate, if you don't, we got green here. What's up, J-Man? And what's up, DC's Bees? Good morning. How are you? 2 days, 22 hours, and 31 minutes until spring. I wore my green socks yesterday, a day early. I have my St. Patty's Day socks on a little early. Yeah, I'm late to today's live because it's been a difficult morning. Let me have some coffee first. Cheers, everybody. I'm really glad you guys are here with me today because I need you guys. I'm very, we'll go through it in a sec. Good morning, Bernie. Good to see you. Good morning, Doyle. Good to see you. Cat Dog, good to see you. Tristan, good morning. Cheers, everybody. So, don't you guys want to know what it was yesterday? Aren't you guys dying to find out? Good morning, Thurgood. Good to see you. What's up, Jay? So, is anybody gonna ask what kind of coffee? It's a Costco Kirkland brand coffee, and it's the dark roast something blend, Brazil blend, or I don't know. It's a dark roast coffee. So yeah, I don't even know what to say. I have thrips in the garden. The black light? What black light? So, what's up, Taz? Good morning. I don't know if that is this Taz, or I don't know how many accounts there are, but I see Taz 14. Good morning. Good to see you. Not going to be spring here yet. Galaxy, where are you at? I never asked you. Where are you? What's up, Nayan? Good morning. Yeah, so last night, okay, so, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm so upset. Okay, what's up, Curly Greenleaf? Good morning. Did you break something? Kind of, yeah. I think I got, last night's show. So that's kind of what my TFP office, that's where I work, I hang out, that's where I keep all my merch, all my stuff, and so I had to do the live from there. I had to step away from the garden yesterday. After I got off the live, so let me just go backtrack. For those of you that are new here, I have been growing for a couple of years. This is my indoor grow tent in my basement. I'm learning to grow all of my own produce, and I've only had my first run where I encountered pests. Thrips were the pest of choice. Well, not of choice, but I had to deal with the thrips, and what I learned from that run is don't even bother, just get rid of everything and start all over again, because once they start laying their eggs, it's very, very dangerous. And so I learned a lot from that run. I guess I didn't learn enough. What up, 420 things? And thrips are sap sucking, tiny microscopic long, narrow insects. They could be white, cream, yellow, black. they lay eggs. Their freshly laid eggs can look like they have a bit of a black tar. I have some pictures. I'm gonna put it on the green screen, but I'm just kind of taking you guys, yeah, I'll show you guys a close-up. But I put up sticky traps, and I posted a video a few days ago of me doing IPM, and Hash was like, you got bugs in your tent. And I thought it was just water particles and dust. What's up, Lori? Good morning. What's up, Newfound Drone Productions? What up? So I that's okay if they're good. What was I saying again? Oh yeah. So yeah, a couple people pointed out that I may have thrips. Bernie pointed out, hey, is that mites or is that some kind of pest? And then I had Shadi, I don't know if you're watching, reach out to me on Discord telling me, hey, just so you know, that damage on your leaves, that's not like because of your pH stuff and whatever, that's thrip damage. Check under your leaves. So yesterday after the live, I started pulling off different leaves in the grow tent. So during the live, I pulled all the sticky traps. I was looking under the scope, and as soon as we discovered a bug, the scope died. So I had to leave and get off the live, and I charged my scope. I picked off leaves from every single plant in the grow tent, and I checked it under the scope. Some could have been kind of eggs, and I don't know. But I thought, okay, you know what? I don't know. Let me just spray. It's one of those things where knowledge is power. If you don't really know, you have to research. Otherwise, you're kind of going to stay in limbo, like, well, what do I do, right? So I was feeling really screwed up yesterday. I was really upset after I saw the bug and whatever. I Googled it. What's up, Rose? Good morning. And what's up, Alvin? Good morning. And I was just really upset. And I also send Bernie plant updates for the After Dark plant because he is teaching me. We're looking at it every day. And so I was going to send a plant update, and then I was like, I don't know if my plants aren't looking good right now. I don't have a lot of confidence. Like, I don't know if I want to send an update. And I started filming the plant to do an update, and I got a glimpse of the underside of the leaf, and I stopped. And I'm like, all right, let me pick off this leaf and let me put it under the scope. The plant was like infested with eggs. I think they're thrip eggs. I Googled it. I looked at a lot of like websites and pictures, and it matches, it fits the bill. So last night, like 5 minutes before the green room, I had to cut down my gypsy grape plant, and I'm so upset. Spray and pray, yeah. No, the gypsy grape was so bad. Sorry guys, I'm just really upset. The gypsy grape was so bad, I had to throw it out. Like, it was so bad. Anyways, okay, positive vibes. It's St. Patty's Day. All right. So, I picked off leaves, I checked the leaves, and I had to get rid of it. So yesterday's show was really tough. Just because, you know, when you feel a certain way about your garden and you're connected, and it was my first plant too, I kept saying to myself, I don't care if something happens to the plant, I'm just doing it for fun, I don't even consume or whatever anyways. But I guess I was so connected that I feel really sad. Anyways, I'm proud of myself. I did a great job. I did a really good job. So I still had, so then last night I was like feeling really beat up because I had to get rid of the plant. And so that's just one plant, whatever, right? You get over it and you move on. You can grow again. The grow tent isn't going anywhere. There's all those things, right? All those aspects. But so then last night I was like, I need a break from the garden, so I did the green room show from another room, but I couldn't stay away from the garden. Like, I had to come back down here because if something truly is wrong, like, what do I do now? Do I get, what's up, Semper? And what's up, Nature's Video Game? Good morning. What? You mean you lost a bunch of money last night? No, I lost my plants, which are my heart and soul and my support system and everything to me. So, yeah, it was, yeah, honestly, I don't know why it's so painful for me. I guess gardening is really my therapy, and as I work through things that I deal with in life, my garden is, you know, everything. And when it's not doing well, then I get really upset. So I'm not trying to be on camera here and cry and get sympathy. That's really not what I'm trying to do here. I just can't control myself. I'm sorry. Anyways, the point is, I couldn't stay away from my garden, and that teaches me that I'm evolving, because normally I'm very avoidant, and when stuff like that happens, I stay out of the grow tent. I don't know if you guys remember, when I had blight, I stayed out of the grow tent for like 3 days, and that's incorrect. When you have a problem, you have to face it head on, take your emotions out of it, and tackle it, and you have to be strong. You have to be strong for your plants, for your garden, for your whatever it is in life, right? So last night, I came back down to the grow tent. You know, I consulted Bernie, I consulted Cabs, I kind of tried to, you know, talk to people in the community. What's up, Jesse? Good morning. What's up, Frank? Good morning. And I sprayed the crap out of everything. I IPM'd like crazy. I came back this morning and I IPM'd like crazy again. And then this morning I'm like, you know what? Let me just take a leaf off my gypsy grape, you know, because last night's conversation with Kaz was like, don't worry, at least you have your cocoa one. So I pulled a leaf off my cocoa. What's up, Carl? Good morning. And unfortunately, it appears to be eggs. Good morning, Hash. I'm using 1% hydrogen peroxide, and I've been doing it twice a week. I saturate the leaves with a mister. Use my misting bottle, and I saturate the crap out of the leaves. Oh my god, MK, thank you, I appreciate that, but seriously, you guys do not have to do that. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. I just, you know what it is? It's I worked so freaking hard this run, so I'm very discouraged. Coffee. Cheers, everybody. So, now that I see, I'm going to show you guys pictures to back up everything I'm talking about in a minute. I just want to talk you guys through the series of events. So then this morning, what's up, Ian? Good to see you. So this morning I saw that, yes, so Hash, thank you, you caught that. You have hawk eyes. Some of you guys catch things in my garden that are like, nice save. We've had a few of those. What's up, Reef? Good morning. I don't know if I already said hi. And the most humiliating part is that I had to share plants with other people, and now I'm really humiliated. I'm really sorry. Because, like, I don't know what that means for other people's plants now. Ugh, you know what, Big Nug? I cry about everything. This is just who I am. So I'm just dramatic by nature. So that's why I get emotional. So ignore the tears. That's just who I am. I'm just a little bitch about things. I mean, even though you're probably a troll, that made me laugh. I don't know how, but that made me laugh. Yeah, so anyways, what's up, Greasy? So I this morning when I saw so last night I was like, fuck, the eggs are so bad on the GG, the Gypsy Grape. I just should get rid of everything. I've had experience with thrips before, and it's like a needle in a haystack. The female lays her eggs in the leaf tissue, and once they're in the leaf tissue, you can spray, but like they multiply so quickly. I don't know, man. If you have one left, you're fucked. Excuse my language. You're growing as an indoor gardener. That takes time and hard lessons. DC's Bees, I know you know how I feel, and I can appreciate what you're saying because you work so hard, and I know you know. Thanks for saying that, DC's Bees. I am just, so yeah, so last night it was, I got to get rid of my whole garden, and then when I looked again, and I didn't really see anything on my clones or my new plants that I brought in the tent, those looked clean, that I thought, okay, you know, I think maybe I don't need to get rid of my whole garden. I think if I really check thoroughly for all the leaves with eggs, and I spray like crazy 2-3 times a day for the next week, maybe I'll be fine. But then this morning when I checked the second Gypsy Grape and I saw eggs, and then, you know, the peppers are getting damaged and things are just off, that I think it's too late. I think it's too late. And so now I have to make a decision, and I brought the scope. It's charging right now. I'm going to show you guys some pictures so that you can learn what to look out for. We're going to just look at a couple more traps, look at a couple more leaves, and I'm going to make the decision to, I think tomorrow's day 1 of reset. I think we're going to do a reset. I think that's all I can do. Thank you for doing that, APM. I appreciate it, because I was like, oh God, AG, I go. It's like, oh my God. So hash, it's one of those things where like, I think it's just so far gone, and I've already worked so hard this run. Do I just want to bite the bullet, cut everything down, push through, reset, take 2 weeks to work really hard, and 2 more weeks, push through, reset, and then in a couple weeks I could start a new run on a smaller scale, and you know, still get my fix and still kind of get what I was hoping to achieve out of this run? Or do I make myself feel like crap for the next week, only to potentially lose the garden anyways? Either way, I think I'm gonna lose the garden this run. So it's, do I force it and do it on my terms, or do I try to fight it? Because I've had experience with thrips, I don't see the alternative. DC's Bees, it's like there's so many plants to investigate, but that's what we're going to do on today's live. We're just going to pick off a bunch of leaves, fight on. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. Good morning, Dr. Danknugs. Good to see you. I mean, it could be better if your heart isn't in it to fight them. I already feel like it's a losing battle regardless. It's not that my heart isn't in it, it's that I know the behavior of thrips. They're nasty little fuckers. You'll be better starting fresh. You're the fresh princess. Thanks, Craft. I am terrified, Dr. Danknugs, because, you know, I might lose my whole garden. I don't know. The gaining of the data is the most valuable part of this run. So even though I didn't achieve what I really hoped to out of this run, I don't know what BHO is, but Actually, hash, I did freeze it. I put a bag over it, I chopped the stalk, and I put it outside in the snow. It's still alive. It's in the snow. I could pull it out and put it in the freezer. There's lots of stuff in my garden, and to look through everything is like, thrips are smarter than me. And I'm not gonna pretend that I'm smarter than them. And there will be a hidden egg somewhere that I will miss. And they can lay up to 50 eggs within like a matter of 5 minutes. And if you try to fight it, like I'm gonna just have to have my lights off all day long in the grow tent and just spray. Like I don't know if I can, Semper, I had to throw out my first After Dark plant. I had to throw out my gypsy grape. I'm so upset. Fuck, it sucks. Yeah, oh, I don't even know. See, I don't even know what that is, so. Oh, butane hash oil. And you know, the part, like last night, the part that I felt the worst about wasn't that I had to throw my plants out, was that plants that were in my home that potentially could have come into contact with thrips now have been shared with other people. That is the part that like I am so disappointed in myself. I wouldn't have known, like the plants look beautiful. I don't even know if there's a problem with the other ones. Like they're probably fine. They're probably fine. But again, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm like, I just, yeah. It's too late. I think it's too late. So I'm gonna show you some pictures. They were like 100. There were like 100 eggs on one plant. I've seen thrips about a month ago on the peppers, but didn't say anything because the camera was moving fast and I wasn't positive. But where would they have come from? That's what I don't understand. I need to know that. It's winter. It's like dead of winter. And I mean, I left the house and I met up with a couple people and whatever, but that was just a week ago, or a couple weeks ago. Thanks, Default. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. So I know it's something in my environment. That's tough, but you'll figure it out. No soil for 20 things. It's aeroponics. You may never understand, like Kat said, bugs don't make sense. I understand that they don't make sense. I just, cheers, Doyle. I just need to, like, how do I ensure that I'm not going to kill all of them, you know? And I've got all my new seedlings. My lettuce is finally, like, I'm finally doing it right. Doyle, give me a sip. So I Googled it and the eggs look like they're white kidney shape, but when their eggs are freshly hatched, it's like a tar-like substance that forms. So this is my picture. This is not my picture from online. This is my picture. That is the stem of the After Dark plant. Thrips habitual. I lost my gypsy grape last night. So those are the eggs. I thought they were mites at first, but they're not moving. And I tried to use like a scissor, like the blade of the scissors to scrape it off, and it's in the plant tissue. And I think it's so far gone that I'm gonna have to get rid of my garden and start again. It's on another leaf. And then that was the sticky trap. That was what was on the sticky trap. And you can see there's like a long abdomen. So even though it's kind of like folded, I don't bring plants from outside, Steve. I change all my clothes. I change my hair. No, they're not. I don't think they're... What are nymphs? This is on the After Dark plant, you guys. They're not mites. They don't move. To me, they look like thrip eggs that are fresh. So DC's bees, I looked into it. They're in fact, I am about 80% confident. When did you pot that lemon tree in Miracle Grow? I mean, that lemon tree's been repotted several times. It's always been in Miracle Grow. I repotted it in New Miracle Grow. So it could be that, but I've used that Miracle Grow for other things and I've never had a problem. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know, and it's really stressing me out. I don't even want to look, like, I don't even want to look at the other leaves. I'm just, Lost Coast is not effective against thrips and it does change the flavor of your flower. I would not use Lost Coast on something like this. Lost Coast is for like fungal things. I use Lost Coast outside when if it's early in the season and I've got PM or something like that. But Lost Coast is more of a maintenance for fungal and just like the overall health, I guess, and vigor of your plant. Isn't it just like peppermint oil with a few other oils? It's not treatment, it's prevention, and it's not treatment for this kind of stuff. This is pretty far gone. So, if we were outside, or even if we were outside, I wouldn't even do pesticides, but like, I'm sure there's things you can blast it with, Oh, that's nice, Jimbo. Thank you so much. That's very kind. I appreciate it. Tobacco water, it's not harmful, and tobacco, one of the best natural pesticides. I don't know if I want to do that in like I don't know if I have the energy to do that right now. Like I know that there are things that I could still try, but it's like, it's one of those things where I've worked so hard the last 3 months, since November, I've worked so hard that like I don't want to work hard anymore. No, if it's a losing battle, yeah, with thrips, because I understand how they work, I think it's a losing battle, and I just don't know if it's worth it. How to make sure it doesn't happen again? You do IPM right from the start. I didn't do IPM right from the start. I did IPM as a knee-jerk reaction to blight on my tomatoes. I had things all wrong. I'm still learning. So even though I felt like, wow, this is the best, like the most knowledge I've acquired yet, there's still more. There's still things I was doing wrong. Hey, Farmer Chaz, good morning. You're already racking your brain on it. Chop it down now and reset. I wouldn't even wait. I know, and last night I waited. I was, I know, you guys are right. Sorry. So yeah, I guess I have to cut everything down. It's fine. These things happen. So for those of you that just joined, we got thrips in the garden. Shout out to everybody that caught it. There was a few people that reached out. I honestly, I should have looked at it closer. Bernie, you mentioned mites like a couple weeks ago. And I was like, nah, I don't have mites. And we even looked at the pepper, but Thanks, Carl. Yeah, you know what? Sorry. I work so freaking hard in this garden, and this last run has just been so brutal. It's been rewarding because I've learned so much, but like, I'm fucking pissed off, man. Oh, that's why my lettuce tasted so good. That's a great question, Jesse. I don't know. I don't know. I thought, okay, you know, I'm not trying to put blame on anybody. Was it when I met my friend Anthony and he gave me all these things? You know, he goes on the road all day long from grow to grow to grow to shop to shop to shop. Did he pick one up on his way? But I just met up with him 2 weeks ago. And if Hash is saying he saw it a month ago, I encourage you guys to let me know if you see something, because it could make the world of a difference. What's up, Zero to Hero? Wow, it's been a while. How are you? You have our spiritual support. Seriously? That's all I wanted to do was come hang out with you guys today. I am so grateful for this community. You know, this morning I felt like in crisis mode. I was like panicking. I was really, really panicking, and it's just nice to know that I've got you guys. Someone said was maybe on the peppers. Yeah, that was that was Hash, and I think his YouTube handle is Shabby or Shaddy. He reached out to me on Discord. He's in our Discord community. He's the one who's working on the questionnaire for us, or for himself, sorry, and he's looking for us to answer. You know what? It just, oh, and also I do have to say one word of advice. Don't let your keep your confidence to yourself. Honestly, I felt myself get a little bit confident in the last couple of weeks, and I sat on my high horse yesterday saying, somebody reached out to me telling me I have thrips, and I know I don't have thrips because I've had thrips before, and I know. And I got a little too confident, and my garden humbled me real freaking quick. So don't think you know everything. Even if you've gone through this before and you've had an experience, remember that every experience is different. Remember that every pest is different. They can adapt. And be open-minded to people's suggestions. Even if in the back of your mind you know that that's not the case. Be quiet. Observe. And just... because otherwise you feel like a idiot. Today I feel like such an idiot, man. I'm sitting here saying, hey, I don't have to, I know, because I've had it before, blah, 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 blah. So not only am I bragging about having thrips, which is not something to be proud of, but I'm also, you know, someone reached out to help me, and I'm like, nah. So I reached out to them this morning, and I thanked them. I don't troll about serious matters in the garden. I don't always say what I see because it hurts people's feelings. Honestly, I appreciate that, Hash, but you should hurt people's feelings, because you hurt my feelings the first time you came on my live, but I've learned so much, and people need that. People need honest opinions, and that's why I came here. I started doing my lives because I need help with my garden, and sometimes I don't know what to do. The worst part is the Gypsy Grape was a week, not even a week away. So maybe I'll have to do like an after dark send off or something, because fuck, now I gotta get rid of those. Excuse my language. Today I don't even care. Good morning, Neil. It's a huge lesson. The problem is I've already dealt with this, and my mind is very, the way my brain works is very rigid, right? So it's like, I've already dealt with this, that now I'm like, there's no room for error. Now I should no longer ever have pests because I've had it before and I know what to do. But sometimes things just happen. Sometimes things just happen. The truth should not hurt people's feelings. Absolutely. And if it does hurt their feelings, then either they shouldn't be doing what they're doing or they shouldn't be putting themselves out there to get feedback. But honestly, this taught me to get thick skin. Now I got tons of people telling me all kinds of crap and it does not make me cry. The only thing that can make me cry is the shit like this. The stuff that I do to myself where I feel like I could have prevented it. I feel like I could have done something. Humility in one's craft can be a difficult lesson. Yeah, it's honestly the worst feeling for me was that I shared plants with other people. I feel really embarrassed. As you guys get to know me, you'll know I cry all the time about these things. So I'm crying like as if somebody passed away. And that's honestly, inside, that's how it feels. It sounds messed up. And that's just my one gypsy grape plant. I have to cut the rest of this down. You know, look at my seedlings. They're doing so good, but I know that they like romaine lettuce too. That's how I discovered my first thrips. You know what? Maybe I'll give it to Father fresh and he can just do with it do something with it. I don't know. Anyways, so the first time I discovered thrips, yeah, you know what? I agree with that approach. You know what? I think that people got to hear it like it is, and that's the fastest way to learn. And forget about your feelings in the garden because we have things to learn, you know? Yeah, unfortunately, my feelings are very tied into my garden because it's more than just my garden for me, you know? Like, I'm not going through something, but I've gone through things, and my garden is the place where I work through those things, right? And so now that I have to cut it all down, it just blows. It really just sucks. Good morning, Pro Pyro. Good to see you. Go get it out of the trash and smoke it. I'm not gonna smoke any thrips. What's up, baby? And good morning. Sorry, guys. I'm seriously. What's up, Barry? I'm not trying to. I know a lot of people do that where they start crying and they pull out the camera and then they're like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. Like, I'm not trying to do that. I seriously, like, I'm embarrassed right now. I don't want to be like this. I just can't control myself. So I guess we'll do. I make myself upset. I'm like, I guess we'll do a last tent tour of this run, and then that makes me cry. That romaine lettuce looks small enough to do a full dip. What do you mean a full dip? Please don't torture yourself. Listen to Cavs Hash Bernie. They have massive knot. I know, and honestly, I'm so grateful for you guys. Man, I'm so fortunate. I'm so fortunate to have you guys as a community. I'm so fortunate. Look at the shit we figure out together, and look at how much we learn together. Like, wow. I'll have to look into that sky overhead. I don't know what that is. Spinosad? I don't know what that is. I put so much time and effort, and that's why I feel embarrassed, because I feel like I look like a freaking clown, honestly. I'm like just messing around in my garden all day, and then now I gotta chop it all down. It's like, what are we even doing here, you know? Fungus gnat? Oh no. Good morning, Bingus. Yeah, facts. When something ends, something better begins, for sure. It just, you know what? I'm beating myself up about it because things were just starting to get good after a very difficult time in the garden. And I don't know, man, this run, I just can't catch a break. And I was just really hoping to, I guess, see the grow through. So anyways, I'll take you guys for a tent tour. Tomorrow is day 1 of the garden reset. Yeah, I'm not embarrassed about getting thrips. I'm embarrassed that I started this run November 15th and I've harvested 2 pink icicle tomatoes, 10 undergrown mocha swirl peppers, and lettuce. I mean, it's better than nothing. It's just, I'm really hard on myself and it just feels embarrassing. Farmer Chaz, yeah, I have to reset my garden because thrips, they lay eggs in the tissue of the, so I'll show you guys a picture one more time what I found. So my first cannabis plant, my first gypsy grape plant, I really didn't think I was going to care if something happened to it, and I guess I was so connected. I had to get rid of it last night, maybe about 5 minutes before hopping on the Green Room show, and it was, honestly, I was like holding back tears. I was having a very hard time last night, but this is what it is. So those are the eggs. They're not moving, they're not mites, they're inside the plant tissue. They kind of, like, the thrips, when the eggs are freshly laid, they, I guess, excrete like a black tar-like substance or whatever. And, oh, thank you so much, Mike. That's so kind. I appreciate it. That's what, so Hash, I called Father Fresh yesterday because I was so upset and I just needed somebody to talk to that gets it, you know? And yeah, he told me that he's got people that he knows that, like, they don't care. They have thrips, they smoke it. They don't care. You know, if I'm doing it for edibles or whatever, I'm not sure if that's something. Oh, thank you so much, Reed. That's really kind. I mean, you guys, honestly, you guys don't have to do that. I just, thank you. Praying Mantis Squad. I've seen people finish a harvest with their, yeah. Thank you, Bingus. I appreciate it. I'm just so upset because I was so proud of myself about the gypsy grape, you know? I was really, really, really proud. I did a good job. All right. You can't control bugs. That's why it's called pest. Yes, absolutely. All right. Oh, let me take this green screen off. Oh, but I can show you even more. You see, there's... That I thought was a mite at first. This, where's my, oh, it's not green screen anymore, but anyways. And then that was what was on the sticky trap. So I thought that I had like pH issues or whatever on my After Dark plant. That wasn't the case. The markings and the scarring was actually thrip damage. So, which means that my plant was even more perfect had I not had the thrips. So, I got the gypsy grape behind there, which I'm not really going to show. But yeah, this one is gone, right? I had my gypsy grape here. I had to cut it down last night. That was very difficult. It never gets easier. Do you know how many times I've had to cut down plants early? It never gets easier. It always feels like I actually lost like a loved one. It actually feels worse than losing a loved one. And I finally have a green zebra tomato growing, and now I gotta get rid of you. It's like a sick joke. I checked, what's up, Sean the gardener? I checked the rest of the plants, and I don't know, man. It's one of those things where, again, because the eggs get buried in the plant tissue, if you miss one, it's like, do I want to do that to myself? I'm already so sensitive and struggling right now. Do I want to do that to myself? Oh, Too Loose, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good morning. Honestly, I just appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Again, I'm not trying to like look for attention or anything. It's just, we do the lives every day from the grow tent. And today, my grow tent is not doing well. And this is just the reality. Sometimes there's good days and there's bad days. And today is, well, I brought the scope down. We can pull off some leaves. We can look a little more. I mean, if we're going to reset anyways, right? Look, there's some damage here. This is the kind of damage that was happening on the other plants that were affected. So I'll show you guys the garden before. Tomorrow's going to be day one of the reset, or maybe even this afternoon. I'm somebody who's like, I need to give my soul time because I feel sad. But at the same time, the faster I do this, then I could relax later. I'll feel better the sooner I get to start another grow, right? Now I'm 6 years in and only had a decent harvest. I have one type of plant. See, I'm like, but my mentality is like, fine, but that's not good enough, you know? And I'm so hard on myself. Right, Alvin? Off with their head. Mikey, thank you. I appreciate it. I really did work. I worked so hard this run. You guys don't, like, I mean, I know you guys understand because you guys saw, but I'm not trying to plead my case or anything. It's just, I don't think I've ever worked as hard at something. So some of the things people reached out to me that they were noticing were the upward curling, right? We got Taco. And then see the little spots on the leaves? Those little spots, I thought, is that pH? Is that calcium? Is that something else? That could potentially look like thrip damage. So just a reminder, observe your plants. Pay attention every single day. Every single day you should be observing your plants and looking at them very carefully with the utmost care. It's Aaron, better days, but thank you for joining. All right, and also anyone who live streams and shows your garden, take your time when you're showing your plants. It'll help other people see what's going on so that they can help. We got a lot of damage here. I don't know what that's from. You know, I have a lot of problems going on in the garden. You know, I have more than one issue. It's not just the pests, right? I have more than one issue. And so I think that's why I'm so overwhelmed with emotion, is because what can I credit to what issue? Is some of it just because, you know, I was using too much of the beneficials, or too much of this, or not enough of that, or pH, or water temperature, or VPD, or the humidity, or the temperature, whatever the F. You know, it's, I'm gonna look, but I think I'm just gonna reset because I can't. Anyways, we're gonna turn the scope on. We're gonna pick some leaves, and I mean, by like now, I got nothing to lose and whatever, right? So it's like, I feel like I'm already gonna lose everything. Well, that's what we're gonna do, Hash. I'm gonna take this opportunity. So we're gonna do the reset together on the lives, and then I'm gonna take this time to rethink the garden, and we're gonna plan it together. Oh my God, Mike, don't worry about it. You don't have to do that, man. I appreciate it so much. Honestly, I'm not here for that. I'm just here to hang out with you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Please don't feel bad. I'm just so sensitive. I cannot control my emotions. If I could help it, I would. People come here for the positivity, not to see me cry, you know? So I need to toughen up. And, oh my God, I need to toughen up and just, there's so much to look forward to, absolutely. It's just, doesn't make it easier. Next grow is going to be so much better. I know, thank you for saying that, and thanks, Habitual. This is life telling you to restart with all your acquired knowledge, split the bucket systems, get more light, yes. So, yeah, like I said, we'll do another reset of the garden together on the lives. I anticipate it'll take about, I want to say a week to get everything clean, dismantled, and ready to be set back up. That's going to take 1 week, get everything out of the tent. But now it's like, I got to really thoroughly clean the basement, outside of the grow tent. I gotta, you know, all the nooks and crannies in here. It's a big space. I gotta clean all the ducts of my exhaust, the fans, you know, even inside the tower. What if there's eggs inside the tower? Do I take apart all the towers that I just cleaned? I can spray them and stuff. It's not a big deal. But well, you're going to be disappointed next run, Hash. You're going to have to find some new things to repeat yourself about, because I am going to implement some of the things you and other people have suggested, right? So we're going to explore the options, but definitely going to split the system. That's something that I really want to achieve. I want to be able to I want the systems to circulate better. I want things to be centered around the lights properly. Right now they're not. I want to be able to walk through without swiping the plants with my clothes every time I walk through, because that's also a problem, right? You can't be doing that. I mean, you should always be wearing clean clothes and whatever when you're in your indoor garden, but it's yeah, there's other things. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we could change and a lot of things that we can do. So rather than trying to rush to start a new run like I did last time, you know, I worked so hard and I knew what my problems were and I didn't make any modifications and I reset my grow tent and I decided to grow the same way. Now I'm looking at this as, if you're not going to change your old ways, the universe is going to force you to, and this is it right now, because I can't do this the same way now. Because, oh no, I hate when bad things happen. I know, Dankass, thank you for hanging out. Good afternoon. So, thanks, Steve. Yeah, unfortunately, this is something bigger than dish soap can handle. So dish soap would be fine if it were something that were more on the surface of the plant. When it's something that embeds itself in the plant tissue, the dish soap is just going to bead right off of the surface, and I don't even know if it'll like penetrate the plant tissue enough to kill these eggs. And if, you know, they multiply so quickly. So I'll grab some leaves and we'll take a look. What's up, Stangman? Good morning. Yeah. IPM is a thing for every cannabis grower. Yeah, and the thing is, I was doing IPM. When I had the cannabis plants, I was already doing IPM. So this grow, I started with the food. I practiced my and then when I had blight on a tomato, that's when I started implementing a regular IPM routine. Before that, I wasn't doing it, and now I started doing it twice a week. And my Gypsy grape, right from the start, they were getting an IPM treatment twice a week. I did not miss a day. I was very thorough. You know, tops, bottoms. I was so careful. I sat by that plant or those plants for like hours and just stared at them because I think they're so amazing. And I didn't see anything. Like I didn't understand, and then I don't know. Yeah, it's too bad. I don't understand how that happened with IPM. The only thing I can guess is, like, you know, when the plants are fully flowering, I try to be careful because I don't want to get the buds wet. So maybe I missed a spot of spraying to try to avoid, you know, getting the buds wet. It's honestly, it's really tough. And the worst part is, like, I actually felt like I was doing such a good job and that I was gonna make it till the end, and that yeah, I know online it says neem oil, or there was something else that you could try, but did I say hi, Tom? What's up, Tom? Good morning. If I'm not screwing, I'm not doing anything. It's part of the journey. For sure, Bingus, for sure. It's just, I feel like I'm screwing up every day now, that it's like, you know better. You know better. I know better. And that's my problem, is I can accept the fact that, okay, you didn't know and you did your best and things happen, and that's, you know, those things are all true. But sometimes with certain things, I do know better and I didn't execute. And I'm frustrated with myself because in hindsight, there are certain signs that I could have caught early on and I didn't. And nobody else, like, you know, I know Hash is saying, oh, well, if you move the camera slower, I would have seen it. It's not on you. It's not on you. It's on me to look at my garden to understand what's happening. And if I can't understand what's happening, or if I'm missing something, the only person I could be upset with is myself, right? Not even my plants. It's not their fault. They're just existing. So, like, I'm just hard on myself. That's my personality. I'm very sensitive. I cry a lot. I'm extremely connected to my plants. And I feel like I have to kill my children tomorrow or today or whatever. So, last reset, we did it on the live, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start doing the reset tomorrow. Tomorrow's day 1 of the Grow Tent reset. And over the course of the week, we'll get things cleaned, get things out of the tent. I'm going to push myself really hard to get this done. It's going to be the last stretch of like working really, really hard, and then, you know, I'll take it easy and I'll prepare for my outdoor garden and give myself maybe a little break from the tent. I know I'm saying that now, but tomorrow I'm already going to want to start some new plants. The addiction is real. Thanks, Galaxy. I know. It's just, sucks. The only way is to submerge the plant. Yeah. And that's why my first grow I got rid of. You brought in outside soil into a hydro room. You brought in gifts from other growers into your grow. So normally when I bring stuff from other people, I'm always Lysoling the bottles, wiping them down. I never just bring them into the tent. There were a couple things that I brought into the tent, but that doesn't correlate because the timeline doesn't make sense. So it could be the lemon seedling, the soil. But hey, you guys all get your wish. The lemon seedling's got to go now because she was affected too. So after 6 years of putting her through hell, we're finally putting her out of her misery. Please try it on a couple plants. Steve, I feel like at that point I'd just be wasting dish. It's not that I don't want to take your suggestion, Steve. I appreciate it. I know you're trying to help, but I'm not trying to act like a know-it-all or anything by any means. It's just, you know what? I'm going to say, like, I surrender to this run. I give up on this run. I don't give up on the garden. I feel like I give up on this run just to protect myself. Can't use neem oil now, but for the next one works really well outdoors. Yeah, I know it works well outdoors. I know that's what Father Fresh uses on his outdoor plants. You need to fog the tent before you restart. Ooh, I don't know what that means. Addiction is real. That's why we're watching this instead of working. That is true. How to do a quarantine for any new? Have to do a quarantine for any new plants? Absolutely. No, don't be worried about the gifts. They came from outside. No, I know they came from outside, but I cleaned and disinfected things before bringing them in, with the exception of a couple. But even then, yes, while that could be the culprit, it doesn't line up. Like, the timeline doesn't line up. I've been on 6 years? No, I've only been doing this a couple years. You're welcome to come to Vermont and New York and grow hemp. Thanks, Doc Levy. Maybe one day. Need to learn how to tissue culture and save your babies. Oh my gosh, that sounds super fascinating. I just don't know if I'm cut out for that. What's up, Blue Nose? Good to see you. How many individual buckets do you have? 40 buckets. I would use an O3 generator and stay out of your basement. I will tell you, I had to buy a gas mask because my first run I had thrips, and I literally just did such a high concentration of bleach, and I freaking blasted this tent with bleach. I think that ought to do it. I didn't have problems my second, third, well, this is my fourth run, but the beginning of the fourth run I didn't have thrips, so yeah. How to deal with pests? IPM. Don't try to manage pests. Don't get them in the first place. That's my advice. And if you get them, I'm the type that's like, throw everything out and start again. Screw it. Because once you have, it's like if you're going to put in the work to clean it up and you miss one, unless you're prepared to just keep chasing your tail, and you might not have to, you might get it all in the first try, but in case you don't, you got to be ready for that. If not, you're going to be double disappointed. So it's about, what are you ready for and what can you handle, you know? Some people, they don't give a shit about their garden and they cut down plant. Actually, I met up with another grower recently. Yeah, Anthony, he was like, sometimes I have pests, sometimes I don't. He's like, I don't care. And some people don't care. You know, in the green room, we interviewed someone recently that said, I got blight on my tomatoes and I just let it go. Whatever. Depends on your approach. I'm somebody who's like, no, I want everything to be perfect. You know what, Hash? I believe that everything you do for your plants is IPM, even proper nutrients, so that they can be properly equipped and become more resistant to certain things, right? Like if I'm not eating at all and I'm, you know, unhealthy, and someone comes to my house with a cold, versus if I'm really, really healthy and I have a strong immune system, I have a high, I'm more likely to get sick if I'm already unwell, versus somebody who's super healthy might not be as likely to get sick. What's up, Andrew? Good morning. Good to see you. And so, yeah, it's definitely, just, yeah. So, I guess we'll grab a couple leaves and let's take a little look-see, shall we? Oh my God, they're everywhere! I think that's sarcasm. Oh, I thought you meant great work, and I'm showing off my frickin' thrip infestation. They're everywhere. Yeah, Andrew, we got I thought you were being sarcastic because I was showing my scope. Yeah, I got thrips. I'm not looking for the perfect grow, Tom. You are 100% right. You're 100% right. I'm looking for, I want to just get it right. I want to show myself, I want to prove to myself that I understand what I've learned, and I can do better and apply what I've learned. I don't want to be stagnant in life. What does amber trichomes mean? That's not the cannabis plant. That's the tomato plant. This is a tomato leaf, you guys. Easy fix? Oh. What? Do you have a do you have a remedy for me, Andrew? Help me out here. What do you do if you have thrips, Andrew? I had to throw out my gypsy grape last night. Yeah, so these are thrips. Thrip eggs. I guess flying, or I saw a video, actually Cav sent me a video yesterday. They go right into like inside the flowers, inside the leaves, inside everything, and I found one on my sticky trap yesterday. Like, I don't even know what to do with this stuff. This is very painful for me to show them and show my leaves and show what's happening. I feel like I'm showing behind the curtain and it's very uncomfortable, but nobody else is gonna, like, I mean, you know, this is, I hope this helps somebody learn. I hope this helps somebody learn something. Depends, I guess, what kind of garden you run, right? My garden is, I run it a certain type of way that I'm not going to bring bugs into my house, but you know, it's whatever works for you, right? Like I said, some people have no problem. They'll fucking smoke stuff or do stuff with plants that have thrips, they don't care, or like other bugs. For me, yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, see, Andrew, it's different for you, right? Your grow room isn't in your house, right? So you can bring beneficial bugs. That's absolutely an option. But first of all, when you're so far gone, I like to maintain a very like clean setup. And if things are like that bad already and that far gone, it's exactly, Hash. They lay eggs inside the plant tissue. Really, the only way to get rid of it is to get rid of it. That is the only way. Lots of nuances to this topic. I mean, yeah, not really. It's just you have pests, you either want to keep them or get rid of them. Not keep them, but like manage them. For me, I'd rather have like a clean grow where I start fresh and I prevent versus manage and maintain, right? But some people are okay with managing. For me, I don't want to do that. I don't want to manage. I want to prevent and not have and maintain prevention. I don't want to have pests and have to manage them. You know what I mean? Like, it happens. I do that outside. That's my approach outside. But here, I don't want to run. I want things to be like as clean as possible. And also, if the LED lights and all that kind of stuff, I don't know I'm sure a lot of people bring ladybugs indoors. I just don't know. Yeah, I just don't know. But yeah, have you, has any, or yeah, I don't know. Those eggs she showed on those hairs, they wouldn't do that, right? Humidity in the tent right now is 45%. You'll normally see something that looks like a brown grain of rice, but way smaller on the bottom of the leaf. So I've had thrips before, and I know exactly what you're talking about, Hash, and they barely move, but they do move. And when I had them, they were so far gone that on even a pepper plant, they'd all congregate, and there'd be like 20 of them in a little section of the pepper sap sucking, and they just like drink the sugars right out of the pepper or the juice or whatever, the flesh, and the pepper just, and it just totally like implodes. They are nasty, and so I don't want to manage them. I want to get rid of them. I don't want that shit in my, and what am I going to eat that? It's different if it's stuff you're smoking, right? I've seen people eat stuff with like blossom end rot, with other diseases, like that doesn't interest me. I missed your problem. Did I hear wasps? What's up, Tibet? No wasps. So I actually, DC's Bees told us that wasps are, not wasps, bees would not do well. They would actually die very quick. They would panic because of the LED lights, and they would die. And I wonder if that would happen with wasps. They'd probably die. Berry, you want to see on the green screen? I don't think that's aging. Those are eggs. And the indicator to me is that right there. It says that there's like a tar-like substance when they freshly lay the eggs. That's what I read online. And so UVB is, yes, it is, but it's also very dangerous if not used correctly. So I just don't trust myself. Yeah, he's talking about the tomato. Yeah, that's thrip eggs. No, he's talking about the tomato. There were eggs on it too, but anyways, I've already made the decision. I know what I need to do. It just freaking sucks, man. And there's nothing wrong. Like, you know, some people, they don't care. You got pests, like whatever, right? For me, it's to each their own. For me, I don't want to manage it. I want to yeah, I agree with you, Bernie. I agree. I'm not disagreeing at all. That's not the only solution. There's different solutions depending on what you're trying to achieve. And for me, gotta keep it clean, man. No bugs. And if there are bugs and it's not too far gone and we could save our garden, I will put in the work, but I also will be realistic and I won't set myself up for failure. I understand that when things have reached a certain point, sometimes it's best just to cut your losses and know when to quit. It's like when you invest money, right? Know when to pull out, or other things, right? Timing is everything. And so it's time. It's time. Things were going wrong. I learned a lot, like I said, right? Yesterday I said it, and I need to believe those words to be true. I said yesterday that this is the acceptance phase. This is the acceptance phase. This is where I accept that this is what I'm going to get out of the garden, and if there's anything more that I'm going to get, it's going to be lessons, not physical harvests. First of all, Hash, the only big box store I'll go to is if I got to run to Walmart for groceries, or the odd time I've gone to Costco, which I haven't gone in months. I never, ever, ever look at the plants. And the point is, or the reason why is because I do have a little bit of an ego when I go to the store and I'm like, I don't need those plants. I got mine. I start mine from seed. And that's literally my attitude when I go in the store. So even though I don't want to admit it, yeah, I can be a plant snob, and I don't have time for plants at the store. I don't care. I don't buy flowers from the store anymore. I don't. Kaz made a good point too. When other growers have a pest issue, where do they go? Grow stores. So you're hanging out with other people that have pests. Right. I've been to several grow stores in the last few weeks, but again, if this was from a month ago, the timing doesn't align. And look, I'm still racking my brain trying to figure out how I got thrips my first run. And I'm still okay. It's because I brought outdoor strawberries in. But was it? Was it something else? I don't know. Was it my clones outside the tent and then I brought them in and that's what brought it in? Well, no, because I just brought them in a couple days ago. So it just, what's up, Sir Sticky Butts? What's up, Taylor? 45%. Yeah. So, do I buy vegetables? I mean, not really. I buy bagged lettuce if I don't have any. And really, that's it. So I guess that's it. I don't have anything else to say. I'm just thinking about when I'm going to cut down the plants. I think it's best to get this done today and just keep pushing. If I take too much time to be sad, like last time when I had to cut down my cucumber plants in July when I had blight or downy mildew or whatever it was, I took the next day out of the garden and I was so upset. And this time I want to learn to I know sometimes you need a day for yourself, but the problem with me is if I take the day and relax, I can't relax. All I'm going to think about is the sooner I get my garden clean, the sooner I can use it again. Can I open the windows in my basement? Do I open the windows in my basement? No, but there's a door where that's the access to the backyard, and I let Scarlet out, and there's no control. I can't control that, and it's just where the tent is located. It's that's what I mean is like I'm not in a sealed lung room. There are things that are going to happen based on the location that I'm in. Yeah, and Jay, you're 100% right, but Scarlet always will take priority. I'm gonna go feed Scarlet. And then I'm going to chop down the plants. I'll hop back on a live when I do it. I'll probably do it in around 2:30. I'm gonna hop off now. I'm gonna go feed her, and then we're gonna chop all the plants down and get all the plants and roots out of the systems. And then over the course of the week, we can focus on cleaning, washing, and getting everything out of the grow tent so that I can actually disinfect this bitch. New here, can you pan around your garden so I can see it quick before you leave? Yes, and before my garden leaves. My garden, this is the last of it. We have to cut everything down today, unfortunately. Chopping all the plants down is not the answer. I know that it's not the only answer, but it's the answer that's right for me in my garden at this time. You know, I know that there are other ways to do things. I could fight, I could try, I could spray, but I'm tired. MK, I think once they start to lay their eggs in the plant tissue, no plant is safe. That's the scary part, right? And so, yeah, I just don't think, I think it's just the best course of action, you know. I think it's too far gone at this point, sadly, you know. So yeah, sure, there's things you can do, but if you miss one thrip that's embedded deep enough into the cell walls, you miss it, you think you're good, and then a month later, you notice another egg, and all you need is just one egg. Once you have one egg, the rest is history. I promise you that. I'm telling you, my first experience with thrips, they spread real fast. For weeks, I tried Lost Coast Plant Therapy, I tried Pure Crop One, I tried vinegar, I tried the hydrogen peroxide and water, I tried everything. Unless I can dunk everything in sulfur and open up and like do open heart surgery on the plant and remove everything out of the plant tissue, which is impossible. They don't die, they multiply. I know, you guys are 100% right. I've had them before, and Dr. T, good morning, and Cabs, good morning. Not gonna tell you what to do, but thrips are not that bad. Have you ever beat thrips? Thrips are very hard to get rid of, yeah. That's okay, Steve. You know what? You guys are all helping by being here. You know, for all of you that are suggesting things, all of your suggestions are great. They just apply maybe to different situations. I'm not trying to be stubborn and not open-minded. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. I'm not trying to be stubborn or not open-minded. I've done a lot of research on thrips. I know what I'm up against, and like I said, sure, you could try. Honestly, like I said, I don't give up. I don't want to say I give up. I just surrender to the circumstance, and that's it. I know. I already know. It's just tough, but it is what it is. So we looked at everything. We pulled off some additional leaves on other plants. So yeah, just to update you, calves, I got to get rid of everything. There's eggs on everything. So bye-bye garden. I'm going to hop back on a live in about an hour, and it's chopping time. We're going to reset. And guess what, guys? Are we going to have 28 days of reset again? What do we think? Are we going to vote? Last time it took, what, 3 weeks to reset the grow tent? How long do seeds last? I guess it depends on a lot of variables, Grumpy Bulldog. Yeah. Thanks, Barry. Appreciate you. Thank you, MK. You're gonna make me cry. Honestly, you guys are the best. And what's up, Grow Doc? Did I say hi? Sorry, guys. Honestly, I'm such a little bitch about this stuff. I'm so sensitive. Anyways, all right. Let's take the emotion out of it and let's get to work. Come find me. I guess in about an hour or so, I will hop back on. I'll schedule it. And we're gonna chop all our plants down in the next hour. So come find me. Shit happens. And to all of you that grow, don't bring anything outside inside. If you have to garden naked, do it. I'm just kidding. If you have to like shower and wash your hair or wear a hairnet or whatever you gotta do, man, it's not worth losing your plants. Just be diligent. Be smart about things and be realistic. Don't have false hope in your garden. Sometimes you can have false hope for your garden and, you know, try to fix things, but Sometimes things, they can be fixed, but it just ain't worth it, man. You know, it ain't worth it. Oh man, you guys are the best. I don't want you guys to cry. I want you guys to smile. My job is to be positive and funny so that everyone else that's going through a tough time can come here and hang out, and we can all have fun and talk about plants and just kind of marvel over plants. But yeah, I don't know. Today I don't got the positivity today, you guys. Yeah, it's okay. Anyways, I'm gonna take an hour. I'm gonna go have a gummy, maybe. And we're gonna go chop some plants down. Come find me in an hour, and it's cleaning time. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate you, and seriously, you guys mean everything to me. Other than my garden, you guys are so important. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. All right, we'll see you guys soon.